I don't believe the human body can't take care of. It's designed to heal. All you got to do is remove the obstacles that are in the way. So what really made me look into the brain stuff, I'm going to share an experience with a patient. Back in December is when I first started working into the brain, identifying pathways that you could access it. But in November of last year, I had a patient that was referred to me who had a serious head injury. He was a golf instructor, and what happened is when he wasn't ready, his student swung the golf club and cracked him in the front part of the skull. So it cracked his skull open. As the next few days went on, he started developing some problems. The frontal lobe deals with different things, but one of the things it deals with is personality. So he became a person he's not. He was a totally different person. The way he would react to people, the way he would interact with his family, things that he would do that he wouldn't normally do. He became a completely different person. So his parents, they took him to all the different specialists. They went to multiple neurologists, multiple psychologists, and through all this process, nobody knew really what to do for him. So it finally got to the point where he was told that, look, you're just going to have to stick him in an institution because there's nothing else we can do for him, and he's a danger to himself and society. So his parents didn't agree with that. So there's no way we're putting our kid there, because you guys understand, if they do that, he's never getting out of there. That's it. His life's over. So through a mutual friend, they reached out, and the friend had told them, hey, this Dr. Rawlin, he's doing this new approach. Maybe it would help him. And they're like, we're going to do anything. So the first time I went down to where he lives for the first time, because there's no way he'd even get in the car to come up here. And I met him, and I treated him once there, and then I treated him 2 other times here at the office. So I treated him 3 times. I can tell you right now that he's enrolled in college. He's working on a master's degree. That's pretty impressive for a kid that was going to be institutionalized. Let me explain what happened. What happened is I didn't really know how to tap into the brain at that point. But what I did identify already is that if you work on sutures in the brain, along in the skull here, it would make certain parts of the brain work again. And so they would function better. So after I treated his frontal lobe, which again is the personality, he started to become more of himself. And that's what his parents noticed after I had first worked on him. And then after the second treatment I did on him, that was here at the office, he stopped for a minute, and I'm going to share with you what he told me. So if you know somebody who's dealt with something like this, then you understand. If you don't know anybody who's dealt with something like this, you may not understand, but I'm telling you, this is exactly how it is for many people out there in society. And they're told there's just nothing else that can be done. There's no hope. He told me, he says, I got to tell you what I thought the very first time I met you. We met in the parking lot of the building that I was going to go into work on. And he says, do you remember when I asked you, or I offered to carry your table? I said, I do. And which I thought was kind of odd. I'm there to work on him, and he's like, I'm going to carry your table up. Okay, I can do it. No, I'm going to do it. I said, okay, thank you. He says, I thought when you were there that, meaning himself, not me, he says, I thought I was Jesus Christ, and you were here to crucify me. And my parents had brought me here to die. Ooh. So when we were upstairs and I was working on him, he goes, that's why I kept looking at you the way I was looking at you. He goes, I was just saying, just get it over with. When are you going to do it? And he says, I understand now that wasn't reality. But that's exactly how I felt. That's how powerful your brain is. That's what it can do.